everyone, it's me Vivek Marguru, and I have been teaching as a secondary social teacher in Bhaleshwar Mavi located in Panoti Cafe, and this is my first attempt to record the online class that our school has been running since the pandemic disease COVID-19 hit the academic regularity. I hope you're going to enjoy this. My class, here we go. Namaste and welcome to my class. This is Vivek Marguru, and we can start the class 10 social subjects, and in the social subject we have studied many more topics before. So today's topic is national concern. There are the many national concerns we have, and we're going to discuss today's matters regarding national concerns. That is, what is national concerns, what are the issues are recently being concerns in Nepal, or what are the things is regarding it we will be talking. So if any questions you have, you may ask me through the messenger box, or even you can do chat in the comment box. We'll be sharing it out, and we'll be try our best for finding the correct answers regarding your curiosities. Here are the things, everyone. You can see the people standard living over in Nepal. You can see these matters. What is national concern? National concern means the issues or event that is mostly related or connected to the peoples of the state or the people of the nations. Okay, so the matters, the issues, that is the things that is connected to a state, which all the citizens of the state need to understand and follow are called the national. So that means the citizen need to concern with some matters which is really important. That is going to be the one of the biggest challenging for the national development things as well. So the concern matters which are needed to be discussed or to be fixed by the national level or by the different means, that is called the national concern. So there are the many problems that are surrounds in Nepal that we can find right now here also. You can see that the corruption, social problems are there. But let me tell you, the social problems and the national concerns are literally different with each other. Social problems is related about the social evils that has been practiced since the traditional time. But if you talk about what is national concerns is always talks about the matters that is threatened to the national, self-esteem, national respect, national, patriotistic feelings. So these are the things, are concerns about it, and we're going to talk those matters connected with the state, which all citizens of the state need to be discussed, need to be understand, and to follow are called the national concerns. So here are the things, everyone. You can see these pictures and you can see these things also. Nepal is a sovereign country. Sovereignty means especially, all the power are dependent in the people, not to the particular persons. All the power, it means the people of the Nepalese are really powerful than anyone, than the prime minister or any ministers. So that we have that kinds of capacity. And even Nepal is a especially country where are a lot of the culture, a lot of the plenty of the culture, plenty of language, speaking capacity and their culture, rituals, much more things are we can find, as the topography of Nepal is really different from one place to another. And Nepal is divided into the three geographical state, as you can see that one is dry, another is a hills, and another is a Himalaya. In this way that the Nepal's topography is itself different, which means their lifestyle is also going to be the consequently different. And talking about the unity in diversity, being a Vivek, being a really different, being totally having differences from one person to another persons, or having a much more caste, 4 caste or 36 subcaste we have. And let me tell you, 123 scripts are there, and 125 languages are spoken in Nepal. Itself say that Nepal is really a diverse country. So not only through the ecological conditions of Nepal, but we have a socio-cultural aspect that also tells that we are diverse from one place to another place. We are literally divided from one place to another. So these differences doesn't mean we are living apart. We do not have the feeling of the being a supremacy than the other caste, or being a greatness than the other culture. We are living in a place, living in such a nations where all the languages are given equal chances to be spoken, and even that the all the cultures, all the rituals, all the languages, all the castes are equally treated by the constitutions of Nepal 2007. So that means we are living in such a country where is unity in diversity. So we can find Nepal is a common garden of 4 castes and 36 subcastes said by the Prithviraj Saha as well, as far as you know, guys. So there are many, being such a diverse country in Nepal, being such a diversity. We have our diversity of regions, but despite of that, we have many concerns matter, many issues, many national issues regarding it, many much more things that makes the nation strong. So we're gonna discuss mainly there are the 3 issues of the national concerns, and we're gonna talk. Well, you can see the national integrity is the first one issues of Nepal. So that may felt, people have been telling that Nepal is about to distract the structures of Nepal. We can find the topography, as I have already said you guys, the topography of Nepal is categorized into the 3 parts, Tarai hills and Himalaya. So resulting what we can find that from this, the people who are living in the Tarai are being dominated by the hills, the hills are being inhabited by the Tarai. So these kinds of feelings we can have right now, and even the Tarai movement is itself one of the burning examples that tells we are still facing the problems of the national integrity. But do you really exactly say, can you exactly say that national integrity is just right now or recent problem, or hasn't been existed before the history or in many years ago? Yeah, let me tell you, from the very first time in Nepal, before the integrations of the Nepal or after the integrations of the Nepal done by the Prithviraj is also they were the more threatened about the national integrity, as the British army has started doing a lot of the efforts for the colonizing the different countries, including the India, and they had attempted to Nepal as well, but they could not do it. Is our fate or the bravery, the things that is must be done by the Nepalese people has really done their mightiness. That's was enough. But the people of Sudan, people of freedoms, still do not celebrate the Independence Day just because of these bravery people. And we are proud to say to be Gorkhali. That Gorkhali always been one of the forwarded army, always ready to die, ready to be protective persons from for the nations. So here are the things, the national integrity, where you can see these all the pictures itself says that national integrity is one of the big things still, and one of the biggest national issues as well as countries. And so far you can see the national integrity is the state of being whole. If you don't know what exactly the national integrity means, the collections and being united, that is the national unity. As you can see, the Nepal is diverse country, but we are being united, being a kind of brotherhood is there, a kind of relationship with each other. We have a kinds of bonds, relationship that no one can easily break it down. That is called national integrity. We have a respect to each other. We are Nepali, so that Nepal itself, when you are listening the national anthem, that times you just want to be dedicated to them and showing the patriotic feeling to the national anthem by standing in anywhere and put your hand in your chest and started singing or started chanting the national anthem. That is also one of the small efforts. I'm not telling that it's not an effort. It's all kinds of the effort that you have done for making the national integrity. You have a feeling of the being in a nation. So that is the expression. Let me tell you, national integrity means a state of being whole and not divided. Not divided. Let me tell you, not divided. And which forms the wholeness and the unity of all citizens and part. And And let me tell you that this is a wish from the wholeness, unity of all citizens of all the parts of the country. This is the pictures you can see the wholeness of the Nepal, and this is the map of Nepal. We can find many people living over here, many cultures we can find, many languages being spoken, but these all people have the same kinds of feelings of the being in Nepal. And that's what is called the wholeness. That's what we call we do not have any dividing part, and we are not going to divide it with each other. That's the bond. It's called the national integrity. And here you can see this picture is literally telling that we are living in such a country where you can find that everything. Their language, their customs, their rituals, their culture are literally different from the one another. Being a small country, also we can find such a vividness, such a diversity. This diversification also brings the kinds of the beauty in the nations that we have to be like that. But still, there are the many threats turned by the national unity, national integration is also one of the issues. Why is national unity and national integration is called big issue in Nepal? Because Nepalese people have fought hard to transform the country from exclusive to inclusive. You can see, the Maoist movement has took place in Nepal and that taken place in Nepal, and that brought a lot of the movement, massive disaster brought in Nepal. The revolutions were there. Many people died, many people lost their homes, many people lost their land, and thus still this inclusiveness were transformed into the exclusive to inclusive. So you can see this is the exclusiveness. You can find that people have done many much more efforts and transferred the nations into the inclusiveness. So you can find the many women as well, the children or the disadvantaged group as well as the indigenous group or the differently able peoples are being included, being submitted in the mainstreams of the national development or all the state of the affairs are being involvements of all the women or the children or even the voice of the everyone, and that's called the inclusive to exclusive to inclusive. Not only that, you can see the Nepal was the Hindus country, and Nepal where before that the kingdom, before the kingdom of Nepal or the democracy came in Nepal, we are living in a country which is mostly counted as the Hindus, and we can see the only one country that was in entire world, that is Nepal, as counted as the Hindu country, but as the democracy was established, and everyone have to government have to listen the voice of the everyone. That is why Nepal has transformed into the secularism. So Hindu kingdom to the secular state. So we have this one. So secularism is here. That means that before that we have a Hindu culture, and Nepalese people have fought hard to transfer the Hindu kingdom to the secular state. So wherever you like, even if you are Hindus, you can join any kinds of religions that you believe on. So that kinds of freedoms you have. So Buddhist as well as the Christianity, or if you want to be Muslims, there's a freedom. So even that the Constitution of Nepal has given the freedom of the religion. So that's what we have the Hindu kingdom to the secular state. And let me tell you, Nepalese people have bowed the secularism or secularity just because of the mass movements or done by the outthrown of the kingdoms of Nepal. And you can see here is a Nepalese royal family. You can see the monarchy is where they fought before, and there were the mass movements first and second took place in Nepal, and that brings the transformations into the republic. So let me tell you, the Nepalese people who have fought a lot, many more sacrifices. The people have countless sacrifices, so countless sacrifices the Nepalese people have done just to bring the changes, just to bring the transformations in the Nepalese lifestyles. And let me tell you, the outthrown of the monarchy or the kingdom were there, and that changed that all the power were given to the Nepalese citizens. That's what we have the Republican state of Nepal. So we are having that Republic country, and just because of the Nepalese people have. Let me tell you, before the kingdoms were there, now the kingdoms were outthrown, and we have that many representative leaders that we have selected or elected to that nations. This is just because of Nepalese people have come. And let me tell you why it is concerns matters about the national integrations. Because this national integrations is always comes under the being an equality, and the equality is only possible due to the transformations. And here the Nepal has faced all sorts of the difficulties to protect its national integrity and independence. Really, in the history of Nepal, we have found many people have given a lot of efforts for finding such a great things, the national integrity we have and independence. And it's still one of the biggest things that even that the India has been celebrating their National Independence Day every year, but Nepal do not, because Nepal hasn't been colonized by any countries. So that is the big things because of we have the national integrations. And Nepal never became the colony of the powerhouse of the Britons. Britain attempted, but they failed because of the bravery people like you can see the national heroes like Balbhadra Kuwar and Bhakti Thapa fought bravely to save the national integrations. You have seen that Britons attempted to colonize the Nepal and have that different kinds of commanders from Nepal, but they could not. That was the great things done by the Nepalese, bravery people, bravery soldiers, Gorkhali soldiers, mostly, and that was is called one of the national integrations we have, and unity as well. And it is almost possible because of the leaders. We should not forget while we're talking about the Britain's attempt for the colonizing the Nepal. But let me tell you the name like Balbhadra Kuwar and Bhakti Thapa. They were the leaders, frontline people who were really great. Who did really great job. It still can't be forgotten. That is why their name is always shining like a star in every moment of the history. So we will never ever forget them. Never gonna forget them. And even that the upcoming generations won't forget their contributions for the national integration, and they have defected the Britain's attempt in Nepal for colonizing. That's what the great. So here are the things, everyone. What are the measures to promote the national integration? Rashtriya Ekata Kata Kaim Karo. These are the civil people have been always rising the voice against awaiting the government of Nepal to be always ready for the national integration. So let me tell you here the things, everyone. This is what are the main measures to promote the national integration. Here the things. First of all, by eradicating all types and forms of negative discrimination based on race, religion, tribes, and we have to remove out this concept here. But can we? This is something like being deeply rooted in culture. But you cannot do anything in just a second. You need to wait. You need to transform it by doing a lot of effort. Because things that have been practicing since ancient time can be changed within seconds. It takes time, but we have to tame it. It doesn't mean that we have to stop it, but we have to tame it. We have to try it out for finding the way to eliminate, finding the way to eradicate all types of forms of negative discrimination in the name of you are boy, you are girls. That is why it should be discriminated. These kinds of things should be overrooted in Nepal, and we have to find out the way for eradicating these things. And we have been telling there is no any gender inequality in Nepal, but still there are a lot of the practice have been done. It doesn't mean that we can generalize the things that is done in practice in Kathmandu or in the city area. Maybe in the city area there are a lot of the literate people, and they have been giving a lot of awareness program, and a lot of the awareness program being centralized in the part of the Nepal where there is a developed where there you can find all the facilities. So I mean to say that there are the different rural part of the Nepal where these kinds of negative discrimination are still in the practice. That is still same as for all. We tried, but we cannot, because it is practiced since ancient time, and the things that has been practiced and being habituated cannot be changed in a second. So we need times for the government should take the great goals for the eradicating such a kinds of negative discriminations by punishing to the people or by rewarding that as well. So the second point say by developing an effective, by developing an effective diplomatic relationship with the neighboring as well as abroad countries. Well, national integrity is the big thing. It says that when you are having a bad relationship with the neighborhood or with the abroad countries, then definitely you are being threatened by the many kinds of things. So we have to take a good relationship or the harmonious relationship, maintaining conducive environment with the people of the internationals or the nationals or the international levels. Relationships should be goes in a very harmonious way, and then after we could have that national integration in a very strong. The third thing is that by making the system of inclusive participation of the people in the sectors and the authorities. Yes, definitely. It is said that what before the I must say before the democracy were starting in Nepal.
Morning, sir.
Good morning. Before the democracy were starting in Nepal, we have seen that many people, literally many castes, many religions, they were asking to the government to have their own state, like Tamuban, Limbuban, or something like something like that. So that with the name of the religions also they started doing a lot of the movements in Nepal, and that kinds of things makes the country quite weak and quite distractive as well. So when the nations are being departed from one part to the another, then another variations in another countries try to interfere to the Nepal. That is the big issues that is going to be literally helping to the national integration destruction. So that is why we always try to make all the people being included in all of here of the states, such as the sector or the authorities. People need to be concerned about it, and we have to secure their rights as well. Right now still there are a lot of the dirty politicals going on in Nepal. We should do the politics in the name of the caste. We should do the politics in the name of the religions. That kinds of things is still in Nepal. But if we include them all of them in our national. Sorry, here the time lapse. Yeah. Okay. And if we started making them included over here in Nepal, definitely it will help us for finding a way. Sorry, what happens? Not see the email. Okay, well, this is what I have. And third I would say by making the system of inclusivity is done, and the last, not the least, is that by encouraging the citizens to maintain peace and order in the heart. Well, we have to, encourage to all of the people. Let me tell you the one of the things. Like, have you ever heard the song called Bihana Ubibitike Himal Dikna Payus? Yahapile Sade Sade Nepal Likna Payus. Have you ever heard this song before? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I heard it.
Yes. This song was sang by the I forgot the name. He sang that song, and then after what happened? If we listen that song in Nepal, being in Nepal, we could not feel like what exactly it's mean. But he told me, in an interview, he said that one thing was that times he was performing this song in Malaysia, and in the Malaysia there were a lot of the people from the Nepal they were, and then after all we went there for the working over there, and then after he started performing that song over there, on almost everyone who were attending that functions were standing over there and started crying at that moment also when they listen that song saying that the bihana utne bitike हिमालय देख्न पाइयोस् यादले नेपाल लेख्न पाइयोस् that kinds of feelings makes that Nepalese people are being indignant. So what I mean to say is that the things what we are living right now, what we are having right now with being in Nepal cannot be realized when you go in abroad. When you go in abroad, you will feel like Nepal is very very precious. The patriotic feelings you have going to be doubled when you being apart from the Nepal. So that is why before we're gonna lose this Nepal, we have to be a very strong for preserving the integrity of Nepal. We have to protect it. That's what I'm telling. And for it, by encouraging the citizens to maintain the peace and order in the harmony, this could be one of the biggest way for making the national integrate all the time. Well, with these matters, I cannot have the another topic to be presented because we have not so much time, and I think that the time is about to finish. We'll be joining out later on, everybody, and the topic would be the second issues that is related about the national concerns and border encroachments. You can see that the border encroachments is really the big matters that has been that has been faced by Nepal because of the neighborhood countries and the China and the India as well. Always attempted, they always try to manipulate, always try to dominate the nations, our nations, because being a small country and it could be the big problems for the saving the national territory as well. That is the topic we'll be talking later on, but it's signing out. My time is going to be finished. So signing out, Mr. Vivek Margul. Hope you guys have enjoyed this class. I'll be connecting with you later on. It's time to say bye-bye. Have a good day.
Bye, sir.
Sir.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.